So today we're going to talk about congruent statements. And congruent statements, well, the word congruent means, I was going to write means, but I don't need to. Sides or angles are equal in measure. So they're the same size. So for example, if this side was 8, I see 3 tick marks. This side's also 8. They're equal. If this side was 4, this side's 4. This side's 6, this side's 6. And then same thing with the angles. If this is a 40-degree angle, this is a 40-degree angle. I see the 1 tick mark for those angles. Maybe this is 60 degrees, and maybe this one's 80 degrees. But if I have 2 triangles that are congruent, that means all the angles are equal, and all sides are equal. And you also want to know, like, AB, this side, matches up with DE, this side. So you want to have the letters in order as well. All right, so looking at this diagram, what 2 angles are congruent based on the diagram? Well, I see this one and this one have that 1 tick mark. So angle P is equal to angle K. You could also say, since these are both 90, angle N is congruent to angle L. Now, looking at the bottom, we want to go over some reasons of why things are congruent. So here's some reasons we know things are congruent that we've either learned this year or we're learning today. So the first one is vertical angles. So these 2 angles are congruent because they're vertical. We learned that earlier this year. QPR is congruent to TPS. Make sure you have the angle symbol there. Now the reflexive property is new. So if I look at these 2 triangles, I see that both of them have CA in it because it's on top of each other and it's flipping over that line. So C to A has got to be the same in both triangles. So we write this as CA is equal to AC. And that's called the reflexive property. Basically, it's flipping over that line. It's in both triangles, so it has to be the same size. Angle bisector. If they say AC bisects BCD, BCD is this angle. If AC cuts it in half, I know this angle is equal to this angle. So angle BCA is congruent to angle DCA. Segment bisector. If QT bisects SR, QT cuts in half SR, so SP is equal to PR. Remember, bisects means cut in half, so QT is cutting in half SR. I don't know that QT is cut in half. Midpoints. If they say P is the midpoint of QT, here's QT, P's in the middle. I know QP is equal to TP. QP is equal to TP. And alternate interior angles are congruent. This is probably the most popular one. If you know there's parallel lines, we actually know like corresponding angles are congruent and alternate interior, alternate exterior. But the most popular one is alternate interior. So if I make a Z, those are the alternate interior angles. Angle S is congruent to angle, kind of made a mess when I did that because I can't see the letter, angle R. So here's my Z. I just use the corners of the Z. It makes it super easy. If those lines are parallel, those are my alternate interior angles. And just so you know, if you did the Z the other way as well, you could also get alternate interior angles. So this angle and this angle are also equal. Let's go on the inside left and see how we write congruent statements. So it's given you information. Given M is the midpoint of DB. List 3 congruent statements based on the given information. So this is going to give me my first congruent statement. So what's equal? If M is the midpoint of DB, M is the middle of DB, oh, that means DM is equal to MB. So DM is congruent to MB. And my reason is I'm using the definition of midpoints. So I know a midpoint cuts a line in half, 2 equal halves. So you don't have to write that all out. You could just write the definition you're using. So looking at the next one, my next congruent statement comes from the next given. And MA bisects angle BAD. BAD is this angle. I drew it terribly. And this angle is cut in half by MA. So MA comes here and cuts the angle in half. If I'm cutting an angle in half, I need two equal angles. So that means BAM is equal to DAM. BAM is equal to DAM. And again, I'm using the definition of a, now I was going to write bisector, but we got to be specific. I'm cutting an angle in half, so this is an angle bisector. Because we could cut a segment in half with a segment bisector, but it was talking about angles. So that's one you got to be specific on. And the last one. So now I've used both my givens. I've used that one, I've used that one. But they said list 3 congruent statements. So this one's always hidden in the diagram. But we got to have a reason. So if I look at this diagram, I see that AM is in both triangles because it's flipping over that line. So AM is equal in one triangle to the other triangle, MA. And that is because of the reflexive property. So we're just trying to show what is equal in these triangles. We use the givens, or we could use the diagram, because that's the reflexive property. It's the same in both triangles. Obviously, it's on top of each other. So now try some congruent statements on the U-try, and then I'll show you the answers. So make sure you're using those givens again. DB bisects CA. And I see the little line segment symbol above them. So I'm talking about segment bisectors. So DB cuts in half CA. So CA is cut in half. That means AM equals MC. And my definition, segment bisector. I'm not cutting an angle in half. I'm cutting a line segment in half. All right, then they give me AB's parallel to DC. So this line's parallel to this line. Well, if I made a Z, I know my alternate interior angles are congruent. So angle ABM, or I could just write angle B, is congruent to angle D. And that's because alternate interior angles are congruent. And we learned that in our parallel lines unit, unit 3. So I've used 2. It said list 4 congruent statements. Well, if those lines are parallel, I could write the Z this way. That means angle C is also equal to angle A. And it's for the exact same reason, so I'm going to put little quotes here. Alternate interior angles are congruent. It's the same reason. So there's one more angle that I got to find that's equal, or one more congruence. Now, I've used both my givens, but looking at this diagram, I see that this angle is equal to this angle. Angle AMB is congruent to angle DMC. And the reason is those are vertical angles. And vertical angles are congruent. So our key understanding for today is, how do you know which sides or angles are congruent? Well, the most important thing is use the givens. The given information will tell you what's going to be equal. So you have to use the givens. Then you look at the diagram, and it's usually vertical angles or the reflexive property. And those, they don't really give you reflexive property. They just put it in the diagram, and you have to know those two.